After Hours with Jeff and Julia. A quick note of housekeeping. You can download the KSN Plus app on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Also chime in on the Community Cast on Facebook.
Yes.
Live. I know it's going to be a really good podcast tonight for two reasons. One, I bought into the sound effects and joined in this time.
Yes, you did.
And we popped up for that brief moment as both of us were lounging.
Yeah.
And people got to see a little bit of the prep.
We also, I think it's going to be good because there's a lot of stuff going on tonight on television. Okay. We got a lot of competition. But Doug had chimed in about the CMAs, right?
Already, yeah. J&J and the CMAs.
So we got the CMAs going on. We got Wicked on KSN, which means it's going to be a late night for us.
Yes. 10:30 is when we go on.
Yeah. And, but yeah, there's a lot of some quality television out there tonight.
You were worried. You said...
I said no one's going to watch. We got too much competition.
Oh, yeah, Wicked. Wicked's going to just
tear it up.
Yeah.
What else is on? I don't even know what else. So we got the CMAs, we got Wicked, and then I'm not sure what's on the other network.
Yeah. I want to jump in a little bit. Oh, no, it is. It's the CMAs on the other network.
Well, no, there's
third.
three networks. I don't know which, but there's four, but I don't know what's on those.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm jumping into a really hot topic.
Okay.
How many cookies did you eat during our potluck? This is a continuation from yesterday, but I will call him out on this.
So we're going to talk about Thanksgiving memories here in a little bit, right? And moments. But yes, we had a potluck today at the old KSN's, and I showed up late. Well, I showed up on time. Early. I came in for my shift.
That's good.
And the potluck was already was over, but I had 5 cookies from the cookie tray.
You said it's fine because they're store-bought.
They were store-bought cookies.
5's a lot.
Yeah, I crashed.
Yeah.
I had a bad, because I had a bad sugar crash right about the time
3:57.
Right about the 4 o'clock newscast. I was not feeling it. It was rough. So.
I didn't have any cookies. I don't want to brag on myself.
Oh, but stop.
But I did have 2 Rice Krispie treats and 2 brownies and a whole deviled egg.
What's that thing at your desk?
Oh, and a whole pumpkin swirl cake.
I thought so.
But I didn't eat that yet.
I know, but you're going to.
Probably.
There is apple pie out there that I'm considering later tonight, but I don't really want to do that because I've had so much sugar today already.
The brownies were really good. Go for the brownies, not the apple pie.
The apple pie store-bought.
So? There's still hair in store-bought stuff.
There is, but I told you my I'm not doing homemade brownies.
Yeah.
No.
It was good. 10 out of 10.
I really appreciate everybody at KSN that brought food today. That was a really neat deal. I'm glad that our human resources department organized a little team potluck.
Mm-hmm. Thanksgiving
team potluck.
To eat as a family.
To eat as a fam. I don't know how it went.
Because you ate as a fam at your own desk, solo.
Because I showed up after it was over, and I just ate at my desk.
But you enjoyed all 5 cookies.
I did. I enjoyed all the. The great thing about the potluck is I didn't know they made so many different kinds of crock pots.
Yes.
There's like 15 crock pots out there.
You can just take your pick and take it home.
I'm like, there's a black one, there's a green one, there's one
with
designs on it, there's a red one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't look inside any of the soupy stuff inside the crock pots.
One was corn.
Okay.
I did that.
One was. Did you bring one?
No.
Okay. You brought the stuffing. That's right.
I brought
the
stuffing.
My bad.
Obviously.
Okay.
And people raved. They said, I've never tasted anything like that.
I've never been so sick.
They haven't said that yet. They'll say that in like 3 hours.
Yeah, probably.
But we are talking our favorite Thanksgiving memories today.
And I'm going to say tomorrow, I want our community. I like our group.
Yes.
We got our group in. I'd be thinking about tomorrow we want to talk about gift ideas. So we want to.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the deal. We want to share creative gift ideas.
Yes.
For like those people that are really difficult to buy for, or just people in your life anyway that you. So hopefully we've got some really creative gift givers. About said something. Gift givers out there. And so we're going to try to bounce those ideas off each other tomorrow. But today we were going to discuss a little Thanksgiving memes and traditions and things like that.
I like traditions too. I like I don't know, I like starting new traditions. I know you can't have like an old tradition if you start a new one, but I love it.
Okay. Wouldn't
No, I start new traditions all the time. We do in our family.
Okay, but Well, but to be a tradition, it would be something that you still have to do year after year after year. That's how it becomes a tradition.
Exactly.
So if you start are you adding on?
Yes.
So you're continuing to do the
New traditions all the time.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. You know where I'm asking. So like if you create a new tradition, the next year you do it, but then you also throw in another tradition, and then the next year you would do that and the one before. Or
Absolutely.
Do you ever move some of the old traditions out?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very complicated.
Like we no longer do like the cast of your feet. Like my mom's got like a big one of both of our feet as kids. We don't need them anymore. We're like adults.
Is that a Thanksgiving thing?
No, I'm totally messing with you.
Okay.
But you know, like the little baby footprint casts? I do kind of want to do that. I'm going to bring that to tomorrow's gift idea suggestion.
That would be kind of neat.
As an adult, wouldn't
As
that
an
be
adult,
funny?
yeah. That's actually not a bad idea.
This is why we're doing gifts, because if like a mom opens that up as an adult, I don't think that would land as well as I think it's going to land.
Essentially, we're going to ask you what we should get.
Yeah, let's be real.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
Let's be transparent.
Way to be honest.
I'm not the most creative guy, and I'd like to ask the audience what the heck they get their folk for the presents. Anyway, that said, we are talking, it's funny when you bring up traditions. I also like traditions.
Okay.
What I was not prepared for in life was that you get older, and then a lot of times those traditions will die.
This took a somber turn.
It did, because when you're a certain age, a lot younger, you tend to think sometimes you take for granted that something's going to last. You start to think that something is going to last forever.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't. And so it's important, and you brought this up, you like making new traditions. That's something that's, I think, important to, if you're of a certain age, to think about that. Because we've had to come up with some new traditions, because some of the older traditions that I enjoyed have gone away as family, time and...
As things change, circumstances change.
Yes. Yeah.
So what kind of traditions do you do now? What are your... while we wait for people to...
So now, it used to be, I think a lot of folks, we went to our grandparents' house on Thanksgiving and Christmas as well, way back in the day. And then there was a certain time when my grandparents, it was becoming a lot for them to do Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And so, and this was when I was I was young when this happened. We broke it up, and it was, would go to the aunts and uncles' places. And that's kind of where we're at today, but there's only two uncles left. So it's like when I was a kid, we used to actually host Thanksgiving. It was like, there was three of us, like my mom and her two brothers, and it would rotate between our houses on Thanksgiving. And then eventually my part of it was no longer available, and so then we just rotate between the two uncles' houses.
Would it ever be a thing where maybe you take one year and your brother takes the other, or maybe a cousin takes another?
I'm not so sure that's in the cards. In the
Okay.
future. I don't know. I'm in a weird spot right now with my family, and maybe some of you out there have the similar situation. It's aging.
Yes.
My family is aging, and a lot of the cousins are now like 50.
But they have their own family units.
They have their own family units, and then so they've got their own family units, and they've got in-laws and other people that we don't know. So I'm not sure where this is evolving to. I don't know 10 years from now how this is all going to look.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. But right now I know that we rotate. And then on my dad's side of the family, because that was my mom's side of the family, we would go to my grandparents, on my dad's parents. That family unit they're mostly gone. They're spread out all over. They've aged quite a bit. So there's no Thanksgiving with that side of the family anymore for me. And that's not because we're avoiding, it's just everybody's spread out.
Yeah.
We got people in, Texas. And
That's not uncommon.
Right. So the main Thanksgiving for me is the uncle's house.
Yeah.
His rotation.
It's fun, and I think even as adults, which is funny because we talk about, each family unit of you have your own unit, your brother has his own unit, your cousins, and so they all do their own family Christmas, and then at some point you become the grandparent.
Yeah.
And so that's a totally different experience as well. It's interesting to watch my aunts and uncles become grandparents. And so we do Christmas a little bit different now as well. They kind of want to do, right, they want to do their own Christmas. We still go to my grandmother's house. And that's always one of my favorite things because we have all of the cousins there. But I totally understand when you're sitting there saying it's evolving and changing. And what does that evolve and change into?
Yeah, and I like Thanksgiving quite a bit. Our traditions are pretty brief. Like our gatherings are pretty brief. We, it's 10:45, 11 o'clock.
Oh, you're early.
It is. Well, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
I kind of like it. It's because with my uncles hosting the whole, it's the Cox family. Like you mentioned, they all have their family units. So if you get it done like a lunch thing, they then
you would
go
still
to
do
their
your
other
evening
family things. And so ours is pretty brief. It's like 11 to 2. It's not really a time limit, but it's everybody. I love it because it's that core family that I remember growing up with. My cousins are all there.
Yeah.
They're all old as you know what now, but when we all get together for Thanksgiving, we still feel like the kids. Like we're in the basement at the kids' table, but yet we're 50. It's just like,
and somewhere along the lines, the kids' table turned into like the old adults' table, and then you're the old ones there.
It's kind of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But even my cousins' kids are now old, like in college, and so they're like my son too. He's like one of the youngest ones, and he's almost 20 years old and in K-State. So it's really bittersweet. When I start to think about it and articulate it, it makes me happy but sad because it is ending at some point.
Or new traditions are starting.
Yes.
And I think that it's funny because I think we have started to evolve these traditions as adults. We have a lot of new traditions. And one of the traditions that we have really grown to love is every year for Thanksgiving, my family comes to me. And that's so special to me. So I traditionally have to work on Thanksgiving, but my family will fly anywhere that I'm living at the time. So my family actually arrives tomorrow. I'm picking them. I'm so excited. I picked them up at 8:15 in the morning.
Man, that's great.
But I love that they come. And my sister said, I hope we get snow for Thanksgiving.
No, if your sister can stay home.
That's what I
cool.
said. I said, if you say that again, you're uninvited.
Yeah, you're not coming.
But she loves it. And for her, the tradition is like having the fireplace in the house. And I don't want to say anything because my family watches, but we're going to do something. My dad is unaware of it, but we're going to do something when they come into town. That is a tradition that has evolved from last year that we're going to do again this year. And then we always have a fire and like these small things. And a memory that then my sister now makes a tradition. One year for Thanksgiving, I was entrusted with the turkey. And I was so excited. Here's the deal. Just go with me on this.
Okay.
I was going to cook it in the Instant Pot.
The Instant Pot, you could probably get away with that.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome.
So and I know this will shock you. I come from a family of like type A personalities. Okay. So I am the least type A in the family. And I would say I'm very organized, very responsible.
Okay.
Somehow I threw out, like, you know how when you like make the turkey, like the base is supposed to be the gravy?
I don't know.
Like the bottom?
Yeah, man. I've never made a turkey.
No?
Never.
You've never made a turkey?
Wouldn't know how to start. No clue.
Who makes your turkey?
Well, the people. I don't know.
We're going to come back to that. The point is, I threw out the gravy
Dylan's? No,
Really? Well, I throw out the gravy, and my sister every year goes, are you going to do that thing in the Instant Pot again?
Oh, yeah, because
no, Bridget, I'm not.
After you cook it, then the juice becomes the gravy. You make the gravy out of the juice.
Yeah,
okay.
That was the last year that I did the turkey. The only year I was entrusted to do it, and the last year that I did it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So really, you don't do a turkey?
I would love to. I've just never cooked. And as a matter of fact, we do it. My aunt and uncles do prepare a turkey for Thanksgiving, but it's buffet style. Like we don't sit down.
Oh, like a potluck?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. No, there's so many people. It's not like you see in the movies where everybody's sitting at a big table and there's.
Is that where you had Jell-O?
No, it was not. I've never had hair Jell-O at a family function.
That you are aware of.
That I was aware of. But we do, so it's not like in the movies where in the movies, like they sit the big turkey down in the middle of the table and everyone's like, let's say grace, and then it's not like that.
Really?
It's like, you walk through the line. And that's, That's what it is. And then you get your plate and you go back to your little kids table.
I love the kids table.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I wouldn't want to sit with the
adults.
The adults.
Oh gosh, no. I would never sit with the adults.
No, it's not going to happen.
Kids table all the way.
I don't think they want me there anyway. Well, that's the other thing is I wouldn't be invited to sit with the adults. They don't want us there anyway.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
It's 1 year, or for a lot of years, that my family would do like one big long table. So like everybody was at the same table.
Okay.
But all the cousins still, you like gravitate towards your like cousin
clique. There's a clique.
It's the age group.
Yeah.
I think our oldest cousin is turning 40 or like already turned 40. But like we're all sitting there like, how did that happen?
I got to ask you guys this question. I don't know how many people are watching, but
yeah.
So I'm having a little issue when we go to these to like Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I got a lot of cousins who I'm pretty close with. Like I know my cousins, right? I know my cousins. I know their spouses. And they don't really get to know their kids.
No, we're all on the same page with this.
Thing. So when I go to these, like on Thanksgiving, I'll go, and there will be 12 people in that house that I don't know who they are.
Don't say their names. Don't even try.
No, I wouldn't know their names.
Yeah.
I get to the point now, and this is really bad for me. I don't know whose kid they are.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who they belong to.
Yeah. If they said, "Could you help me find my mom?" the answer is no.
No. And then now they're all old.
Yes.
They're bringing their boyfriends and girlfriends, and now I got 12 people I don't know with 12 boyfriends or girlfriends I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
Because I used to go, I used to go to those things. I knew everybody's my family. Oh, this is my family. And now I go and it's like, this is my family. And then I'm not sure who these people are.
We're related. I don't know
nice
how.
People, I'm sure, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I typically would be like, I can't relate. I can.
You can?
I went home last year and it was for my grandfather's funeral. And everybody's there and we're outside and I see this man and they're like, oh, that's so-and-so and his wife. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm very confused because they say his name. That's Seth and his wife.
Oh, yeah, I got a cousin
There's
named
no
Seth.
way that that's Seth and his wife because I babysat Seth.
Gotcha.
So it can't be Seth because I babysat that kid. And sure enough, that was Seth and his wife.
There you go.
So old enough to get married.
You knew him. At least you knew him. I get introduced to somebody in the family. They're like, this is Charlotte. And I'm like, okay, good. I don't know. I no idea who you are, and which is okay because it just means that the family is multiplying and growing, and so that's good.
Good on Charlotte.
I don't know if there's a Charlotte. I'm going to feel really bad if there's a Charlotte.
There will be.
There probably will be this year.
So Jennifer said, my mom used to make some delicious egg noodles with our turkey dressing and all of the fixings. I love that. Different Jennifer said, hey, y'all. 26-year-old Olivia said, most people dress up for Thanksgiving. They dress nice, but me, I always grab my sweats.
You know, it's a good thing, too, she brought that up because I remember vividly that was like, yeah, you put on nice clothes.
Yeah.
Everybody we would take these family pictures. Like that's when my grandparents, everybody was in their house and they're like, we're taking your picture because everybody's here. And
yes.
It was rare when you get older. Obviously, I found that out now. But yeah, I feel like if there was a holiday for sweatpants,
Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Now as an adult, Thanksgiving and Christmas, because we've done the pictures too. I really like a holiday that we're not dressing up. But I was that person, like, I overdress.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. And in the beginning, my mom and dad would kind of force that on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I mean, I followed their rules because I was a good kid.
You were like 8.
No, I was younger than that, like 6.
Yeah,
7.
you have no choice. You got.
When I didn't complain.
But I like that now as an adult, you still think about it.
Yeah,
it still haunts you.
It still does.
I didn't want to wear that dumb tie.
But now I mean, I wouldn't wear sweats to my uncle's house, but when I get home, it's the first thing I put on is the sweatpants.
So Doug said, I grew up in Arlington, Texas. We often went to the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. 1993, Leon Let versus Miami. I still cry. Why'd he touch the ball?
Yeah, I remember that.
Same. I don't remember it.
You don't remember the Leon Let play?
Not in 1993.
Okay. Well, that's the other thing about Thanksgiving, it's a big football day too.
Yeah. I was cooking in the womb at that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
93?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Dina said the Salvation Army's Red Kettle kickoff. It was a reply to the Cowboys. So
Okay.
that's, I think, the big kickoff for them.
Okay.
And Beth said, Beth said, I just wanted to say, Julia, you look so much better with this hair color. That was Beth. And I think Dina earlier said also, we're obsessed with the hair now. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Thank you. And homemade brownies, too fattening, 420 calories from Doug. Well, I put down a couple homemade brownies today. So
You did? That's right, you did.
yeah, and they were not like regular portion size. They were.
The other thing about Thanksgiving that I remember is it's where I kind of fell in love with Cool Whip.
Ooh,
Like whipped cream.
homemade Cool Whip?
No, not
Oh.
homemade.
Okay.
The tub. Cool Whip is a brand name of, I didn't know that, but at the time. But yeah, so what I would do is when I was a kid, I would get like either a slice of cherry pie.
Yeah.
And I wasn't I don't like pumpkin pie, but I would get it anyway. And then essentially you're just adding a little pumpkin pie to your ball of Cool Whip. Like I'd eat the whole thing of that that whipped cream.
I
But homemade
love
whipped cream
Cool
is way
Whip.
better. Like at the time, I didn't know that there was like such a thing as homemade whipped cream because I'm just like at the tub of Cool Whip.
Yes.
So then when I was at a place that I had homemade whipped cream, it was even better. Or something.
I do like Cool Whip, and I like it better. I would say it's a good substitute for ice cream.
Like just out of the.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Because I don't
try
need like
that.
a whole thing of ice cream. Ice cream is so dense, but I could use a little spoon of Cool Whip and then be done.
Okay.
Doug said Cool Whip.
Ooh, I like that. Whip.
I think that's a common thing. Right? Whip.
That's common. That's quite common. Yeah. Yeah, that's common.
It's cool.
It's cool. Whip. So.
That's when our podcast got canceled.
Well, probably should have been canceled years or months ahead of
Years
that.
ago.
Years ago. So yeah, I'm excited. This year is going to be a good year. We're they send out the notice. Like I don't know how you guys organize it, but they send out like I got the email from the aunt who said, "Hey, it's at our place this year. Who's coming?" And then you RSVP and then you show up. It's a lot of fun.
Okay. I love this because this goes a lot like in line with that. I love a little bit just getting to show up. Do you bring a side dish or what do you bring?
Typically, we would bring like a side dish, yeah, like a salad.
Yeah. Oh, you bring a salad?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
That's like the easiest thing to bring.
No. It's a really good salad.
Well, you know that I bring utensils, so I won't judge too
stop.
much. I do. They're homemade
Bring,
utensils.
Bring the Tupperware and
Yeah.
homemade utensils.
They're not homemade. That came out of my mouth, and
That's
I thought
the-
he won't catch
the
that.
worst utensils ever. If you're like, what are you
I
whittling
brought
them out of
sticks.
soap? What are you-
Oh yeah.
Like a little soap spoon. Cleans your mouth as you eat.
Ooh.
Or whatever you did. You're like
The sound effect. I
Yeah,
told you I
yeah,
bought
yeah,
into
I know,
the sound
yeah.
effects today.
yeah. So when we bring a salad, like a winter salad,
What's a winter salad?
you can look it up on YouTube. My wife made it. It's on YouTube.
I
Like literally.
the clip of her making the salads on YouTube. I've seen it.
All of that's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A winter salad.
A winter salad.
All right.
And I remember when we did that segment, I took a lot of heat from our creative services director because we used there's lemon juice in it, and we just used like the store-bought lemon juice.
Yeah.
And he was
Oh.
like, "Man, you got to use a real lemon. Like, what are you doing? You got to use a real lemon for that." And I was
No.
like, "No, yeah." But I remember because it's a different part of the country, and he was a good guy, a little bougie.
You got to be an
I'm like-
anchor of the people. We're buying store-bought lemon juice.
Yeah, I'm like,
Like, I'm not gonna shame it.
I didn't even know. Yeah, we're not doing that. So we used lemon juice.
For Thanksgiving, I get to say like, oh, I host it. I didn't know hosting. I show up and it's done. It just is at my house. My mom sets the table. She loves to set this big, beautiful, extravagant table. And I'm watching you play with the mic level, so I got distracted.
I could tell there is something. Good.
Well-
Like, you sound great.
But,
Yeah, and I'm a little hollow. So Doug's right. There's definitely some kind of effect going on, for sure.
interesting.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll let it be. We'll let that just marinate there. No big deal. Okay. Sorry, done messing with it.
Click some buttons.
I feel like I click some more buttons
you
here.
click some more of them.
It's okay. We'll figure that out when the show's over. So
A lot of people are commenting and they're saying the audio is just messed up.
it is?
No, not
Okay.
one person has commented outside of Doug.
Now they're going to do it just to mess with us. Oh, I can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh, wait. No, Doug for real said, there you go. Whatever you did, just fixed it, Jeff.
Oh,
That's from Doug, our community cast sound engineer.
don't know what I did. I pushed a bunch of buttons here on this thing.
Yeah,
Well,
good
yeah.
job.
Thanks.
Between you and Doug, you fixed it.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
And Doug.
Yep.
Doug's like, I am not paid by you guys, but looking for that check.
Yeah.
Any
well,
day now.
Yeah.
But that is, I think, the way to do it. I host it. My sister does all the cooking. My dad does the turkey. My mom sets the table. And then somehow they all say, but Julia's hosting, and I'm doing nothing.
That's really cool that they come in and help you out and
I
go
know.
and they've done that wherever you've been in the country.
Yeah.
So they would go to Washington State. They would fly to Texas
Texas,
and
yeah.
all of that. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you guys, the one thing that is really hard for people in this industry, I'll just pull back the curtain. A lot of people that are working in a market like this, well, any market,
Any
it
market,
doesn't matter the
yeah.
size anymore. Most of them are on their second job or their first job, and they're relatively young. And it's their first, they're not from Kansas. We get a lot of people that come through here that are not from Kansas. And it's really their first time in their adult life where they are not home for that particular holiday, or they do not have the option to go home for that holiday. So like if they were in college, say, the colleges break for the holidays and they go home or whatever. So it could be really stressful for some of our team members during the holidays because they're missing their family, and it's you know, it's a little
hard.
it's hard. But as most of you adults that are watching, you know that's just part of building a career. I mean, you have to. There's sacrifices that come along with anything that you do, and I think of our service members, men and women in the military. So that can be a little bit difficult. I'm always conscious of that during the holidays, and I have been for 30 years, and I lived that too. I mean, there was a point in time when, you work a lot of holidays when you're in this industry, and anyway, I'm very conscious of the fact that it could be a difficult time for a lot of our teammates, who, and some of them, they don't have a lot. We've got some new people that just started, so they do not have a very big friend circle. And you've talked about this on this podcast about moving to a new location, and you have to build kind of a society.
Friends,
you have to get into. You have to find a community, and so some of them that are just here, they don't have that, and that is tough.
Yeah.
For a lot of them.
It reminded me something that I didn't appreciate as much in the moment. I appreciated it, but I appreciate it so much more now. My very first year working, there were so many holidays. I worked every holiday. And that's very typical, especially in your first job. And my parents lived 2 hours north in Lubbock, and I was in Midland, Odessa. And I had to work Thanksgiving. So my mom said, hey, me and your dad, we're going to drive down the night before. We're going to have Thanksgiving morning with you before you go to work. And here, which is really cool, our station will cater Thanksgiving for people who have to work, and they bring Thanksgiving in. My first station, my first job in Midland, Odessa did not do that. So my mom said, your dad's going to make a turkey, and I'm going to send you to work with all of the sides and all of the food so that everybody who is working gets to have a Thanksgiving meal. And I now look back on that for my mom to say, if you're working, like, I want you to be the kind of leader that brings that in and builds that community, but also to do that for me. I was broke. I had no money. And so they bought the food. They sent it to me, in with me. My dad cooked it. And I just remember how special that was. And now looking back, almost a decade later, to be so grateful that they did that. I'm reminded of that.
That's cool. And it's, again, it's just a reminder for, as we talk about these traditions and everything, there's some people out there that just don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
And they're inundated with, the commercials and everything. It's family and this and that. And so, yeah, it could be, and that's why I'm not trying to bring this topic down, but that's why, we talk about seasonal depression and things like that. And that's that would be a factor that plays a role in it, is just missing family and friends. And,
oh, yeah. I think that's hard for everybody. Yeah. And you think about it. We just ran a story the other day. Harry Hines does a tree lighting, and you get to dedicate, it's a fundraiser as well, but you get to dedicate a light. And then you get to be with other families as you flip the switch who are also grieving and on their own grief journey. And I thought that was so interesting because everybody around the holidays has somebody that they miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. And once Thanksgiving hits, it's at least in this business, I mean, it just kind of follows through till like the new year, meaning that those teammates that we have, those people that work with us, it's not just that day, it's that whole, holiday season where they're working and they're not, and they're saying, it's just, it could be a stressful time.
I remember Easter, that was like the hardest. I remember like hanging up the phone on Easter, and my whole family, like they FaceTimed me, and I got to see everybody and they're having the big Easter party, and it was my first job out of college. And I like clicked the little end button, and then it's dead silent, and I'm in this horrible apartment because I made no money and it was so sketchy. And I remember just being like, what did I do?
Yeah, I had the same experience. When I went to Chicago, my grandparents hosted Christmas Eve since I was a kid. I mean, we went to my grandparents' house on Christmas Eve up until my 40s. I mean, it was like clockwork. And I remember they were getting older, and this would have been 2013, which is kind of sad because I had just moved to Chicago, and I remember it was the first Christmas Eve I have ever missed. And it ended up being the last one, and I didn't know it at the time. But the point is, I remember calling, and we FaceTime, and I could see all the family at my grandparents' house and everything, and it was hard. I remember hanging up the phone. I wasn't like, what did I do? I just was like, man, that. And unfortunately, that was it. That was the last one. Didn't know at the time. My grandmother had passed away the next following April, and that was it. And I don't regret not being there, but I really wish
Here's the thing. It's not the one that you missed. It's the 40 before that you were there for.
Yep, you're correct.
Because a lot of people don't get the 40 before. They get, I went to one, but I missed 40.
Yeah.
And they don't get the other.
You're right.
And it's one of those things where people say, oh my gosh, like, did I say I love you enough? And like my family will actively talk about that of like, we'll never look back and be like, oh, did they know? No, because we say it all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things. So Olivia said, when my dad would cook Thanksgiving, I would say I am his supervisor. I like that.
I like that.
Doug said, that's awesome. Good on you, KSN. And I think that's for them catering our Thanksgiving, which is great. And then Dina, which is now getting a reply. Dina said, I have to take my family in small doses. And Doug said, one at a time. So
I get that too.
Yeah.
I understand that. Thankfully, we didn't have any family. Like, I'm looking back at Christmas and Thanksgivings, and got a low drama family.
That's great.
Yeah. Not a lot of drama in the.
Same, yeah.
That I would be aware of. I mean, I'm sure there were incidents that I'm not privy to that were hidden.
Yeah.
I don't know, but from my seat, through my prism, it no drama.
Yeah.
Very little, if any.
Yeah.
None, actually. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
None that I can think of, which I don't think is a negative. I think that's a positive.
I literally have a family. Most of my immediate family, they're all well-behaved people.
That's good.
they're all pretty normal, well-behaved human beings. And so now the devil's advocate would be, well, man, that's probably boring.
No.
But I could see how maybe it's fun to have a crazy Uncle Carl. I don't know. Maybe you guys have one. Is it like one of those deals where like, I wonder what Carl's going to say this year. Is he invited? Like, I don't know. Like everybody, they say every family has that, but we don't.
We don't have anything crazy.
I'm jealous. I want crazy Uncle Carl.
We don't have a crazy Uncle Carl, but we had a great grandmother that like had no filter.
Would love that.
Yeah.
But not anymore. Like, did she pass?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. She was.
I was going to ask to borrow her for
You could borrow
just
her.
a couple of.
You had your
Just
own.
an hour.
Don't you remember you had your own?
Yeah, but that wasn't drama. That was just a paralysis.
A memory that then
It was
everybody related to.
It's just paralysis and mute. Like there was nothing.
You shared a whole story. You see,
That's what it was. It just.
we've all got our family
She was-
quirks.
And I feel bad because looking back, I'm like, I really should have tried to really engage with Mamo. That was her name.
Yeah.
Mamo. That was their nickname. And I wish I had tried to put more, but I was
That was
5.
not, for the record, that was not her name.
No,
that
it
was what
was.
you called her.
Okay, it was not her legal name.
There you
but
go.
I didn't know. Okay, hold on a second.
He's putting down the
No,
cup.
you guys got it. People all watching. I didn't know her name
Because you were young.
until even when I was an adult, and she passed away when I was a kid. I didn't know her real name.
But you said after she passed, you learned so much about her, and she was a really cool lady.
I did. She was, and I had. Looking back, I wish I had engaged with her as a young child instead of trying to hide from her, because I didn't want them to put her hand on my face, and it was really cold. I just remember it was so cold and just.
This part of the Thanksgiving experience.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Have you guys ever had like a family member where you called them by like you're a kid, and then like your parents are calling them by the nickname, and then you think that's their name, and you refer to them like that throughout even early adulthood till finally you're like, who's Marjorie Davis?
Yeah.
And they're like, that's Lube Lube. You know, I'm like, what? That's not, no. Because then you find out their name. You're like, really? It's just,
Oh.
I don't know.
I was calling him Lulu the whole time.
That's what, no, that's happened to me on a couple of, I didn't know my grandmother's name until I was an adult.
Oh.
We called her Gaga.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know her name was Ruth Ann. I had no idea.
Yeah.
It was that or Grandma
I've
Cox.
got a question. What gave it away that her name wasn't Gaga?
I don't know. I
Like,
thought
what
that
made
was her
you
name.
say,
I just thought,
I gotta
you know,
investigate
no, I
this.
thought people back in the time were just like,
Gaga and
oh,
Lulu.
Gaga and
And Meemaw.
Meemaw and Mamo and Lube Lube.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just so. Anyway,
You're a pretty inquisitive dude, and it's interesting that that's where it stops.
I'll tell you another one. My grandfather,
Okay.
Bud,
That one's normal. That one's fine.
did not know his real name
Yeah.
until well into my teens and early 20s.
Okay.
I did not know his first name. And he was a guy that was a big part of our lives.
Yeah.
And
Huge.
I did not know his real name.
Interesting.
His name was Ernest,
Oh.
but everybody called him Bud. And that was it. It was Bud. I would this is how crazy it is.
Yeah.
I would see people, meet people, and they'd say,
Oh.
they'd be more, and I'd be like, oh yeah, my grandpa Ernest. And like, who? I'm like, oh, Bud Cox. And they go, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Bud, we know Bud. And it's just because that's how everybody knew him. And
Here's what I would
I
suggest.
don't know how he got that name. That's another thing. Like I'm having like therapy here. I need to figure out. I need to learn how. In fact, that's my mission on Thanksgiving. I'm going to talk to some of the uncles. I know. How did he get that name?
Yeah.
Who was the first person to say, "You're Bud"? Because I don't think my grandfather woke up one day and went,
Call me Bud.
People call me Bud.
You're-
You know, I mean, I don't think he wasn't. He didn't seem to be that arrogant. Maybe he was. I'll find out on Thanksgiving. They'll say, "Oh no, he just demanded everyone call
Everyone
him that."
call
I have
him
no idea.
Bud.
I have no idea.
I think if he was arrogant, he would have like, call me King.
What was it? Yeah, it was King Bud. Is what we had
Yeah.
to call him, and then we had to bow and kneel. It was
It was
weird.
weird.
I'm
You
not
had to
even
kiss
sure.
the pinky ring. It's fine.
Were you there?
Yeah. Similar
This
experience.
explains a lot about why I'm.
Here's what's interesting.
Where I am.
My grandfather it was really important that we knew all of like the great grandparents' names. So he
Yeah.
would say, here are my parents' names, and here are my Nana's parents' names. And so I feel like you will grow up and be a grandparent like that with, grandkids to
Yes,
say
I-
that's important to you.
It is, and it was important to him too. It's.
Not that important because you only knew his name was Ernest.
I didn't know. And Ruth Ann.
Yeah.
I didn't know my grandmother's. And then on my dad's side, this similar situation,
Yeah.
although not quite as bad. I didn't know my grandmother's first name, which was Marjorie. And then my grandfather, they referred to him as Art. because he was an artist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a good nickname. But they're like, no, it's short for his name was Arthur.
Yeah.
So
Art is actually a good nickname.
yeah, and he was an artist. So it was perfect for him because
Yeah.
he was a very artistic, creative guy.
Yeah.
Woodworking, artistry, and all that kind of stuff. So
I remember
fit.
getting mail from my grandparents, and it's like, right, is that a federal document, right?
I don't
Mail?
know. Yeah, sure.
It's a federal offense to open mail. That's where I got that.
It's a federal offense to open
Somebody
mail that's
else's
not
mail.
your-
Yeah. But it said from Pa and Nana.
There you
And
go.
I remember being like, you can't just send it in like the U.S. Postal Service from Pa and Nana.
Well, you can.
I didn't know that. So when you say like, oh, did you know their names? Everybody knew Pa and Nana. And I remember going to like work functions with them, and they would say, oh, like who do you belong to? And we would say Pa and Nana, and people would know who that was
Right.
though.
Yeah, that's like with Bud.
yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody called him Pa. Strangers called him Pa. Everybody did.
Everybody called my grandfather Bud.
Which is such a fun memory now to look back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to know, again, I need to figure out the origin of that.
Yeah.
That's my mission.
Thanksgiving assignment.
It is. I need to know.
Couple things.
And even Mamo. I want to learn that one too. I guess that was going to be more difficult to track down.
So Steve had a Meemaw and a Tree Paw and a Sugar and a Baba.
Those are cool names.
Those are really good names.
Those
Doug
should be
said,
real names, actually.
my sister had this class assignment in 4th grade. She was supposed to interview a grandparent. She ended up videoing, okay, this is cool, videoing my pawpaw, Navy vet, medical doctor, and killer clarinet player. I've watched that VHS so many times since learned that a Clint Eastwood, my pawpaw was, dude was truly the patriarch.
Yeah.
Oh, since I learned what a Clint Eastwood my pawpaw was, dude was truly a patriarch. That's
Yeah.
a really cool.
Yeah.
We do a vet salute, and that's what I think of all the time of these families that get these like incredible stories out of it, like what your sister accidentally captured, and what a blessing that is to your family. And then I know also now on the flip side, you being military as well, how really cool that is.
Yeah.
Dina said, my daddy and mama it was daddy and mama until I got trouble. Then it was sir and ma'am.
Makes sense.
I get that.
I never called my grandpa Bud. I never called them by their nicknames. It was Grandpa or
Yeah.
Grandma, or Gaga, but it was never like, "What's up, Bud?"
Oh
I
yeah.
never did that. I
Olivia
don't think
said
you would have
my
minded, but
yeah.
anyway, maybe.
She said my family calls me Princess O. I like that. And then Christine said, hello, Jeff and Julia.
Hello.
I think some people have also changed their profile picture. So here's what's interesting, because I think Steve has the 102-year-old mother,
Okay.
somewhere around there. And then I think Christine definitely changed her profile picture. My fear is like that we'll run into people on the street and like, we won't remember them, or not remember,
I'll
but
remember
I
their
will.
names.
I'll remember your names and everything about you, but I'm gonna need to see the profile picture. And then when people are changing their profile pictures,
I think we're about out of time, but if I'm blessed with grandkids one day, I'm gonna have them call me something. I need a nickname like Schmib, like Schmib,
Schmib,
or
Schmib. That's a little too hard to say for the
Duper.
littles. I like Duper.
Duper.
I like
There's a
Duper.
little Duper over there.
When you say it like that, maybe we're gonna workshop it.
Okay.
Doug said, like this comment to go until 8:30 tonight.
I wish we could, but
I
they
know.
kick us off at 8:15.
All right,
so.
Duper, take us out.
All right. Well, tomorrow, hey, Duper, be thinking about
Gifts.
gift ideas.
We need gifts.
because we need them. All right. Thanks for watching.
Oh, Steve, wrong Steve. Not the 102-year-old grandmother.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.